Hey, I'm Kev. Welcome back to Baja Control HD for the final Career Mode episode, part 45. As we are just wrapping up all of the gold trophies. You've got the winner trophy chart. You've got a couple to go, the Masterclass Sky Ranch Rally and the Open Class Challenge. So the way you do this is just change the career mode difficulty from hard to easy. You know, it's simple as that is. Also, we've got miles per hour because we're an Imperial Bastard. So now we're fully prepared for these couple of challenges to complete. As you can see, we've got one silver trophy, but we haven't got the gold or any trophy from the Masterclass Sky Ranch Rally on the Coconut Island. Let's head to the Sky Ranch Rally and do this in our trophy truck, our fully developed trophy truck. I was going to say deformed. It's not quite deformed at the moment. Probably after our last attempt around this rally, but not on this occasion. At the start, so we've just got two stages to do on this rally around Coconut Island. There is that chopper bastard. Look him heading off to the right hand side. But we're not going to be distracted by that at all, as we've got to be flat out on this first stage. Bit too flat out there in order to set up the second stage in case you have any issues there. If you have a good run on this stage, then it sets up pretty well. We're virtually guaranteed to win the rally if you just keep it together on the next stage. If we have an odd issue or two like we just had already, as we're behind some buggies, and it's a bit disappointing how in this trophy truck I thought it would ramp it up. You sort of have the Class 1 Unlimited as we are somehow leading by over 2 seconds despite that issue. You saw how they made kind of the races longer. You had some really long races, and you had, you know, longer rallies as well, you know, up the stages up to 4 over 5, even with the shorter rallies or shorter stages, shall I say. And then you have just a 2-stage rally for the trophy trucks, and you only have like a 3-stage rally, so over 5 seconds in the lead ahead of Chet. So it's a bit disappointing. I thought it just really ramp it up. Maybe have a 6 or 7-stage rally like you would expect with a normal rally, like in the WRC. But no, unfortunately, it just ramped it all the way back to this, you know, a 2-stage rally, which takes around between 5 and 10 minutes. So that was pretty disappointing to see, as we do mess up this middle sector. And again, we lose time in this sector as well in this stage. For some reason, we just can't match them. As now we've got Hayden in second, just under 6 seconds ahead is actually this part of the rally of the stage I was talking about. So yeah, that aspect is pretty disappointing, the trophy truck leads. And the trophy truck, as well as you'll find with the Open Class Challenge, you know, is a bit annoying as well. Finding out the actual solution was just buying a different truck. You know, that's a bit of an issue with this game, where kind of the setups and how you win stages. We didn't lose too much on the Hayden. We're still 5.75 seconds in the lead, as there goes the engine just before the stage ends. So yeah, some of the solutions to kind of winning these challenges, winning these stages, winning these trophies, it's about out of there, and you really wouldn't have known about it if you just looked it online. Luckily we're in the information era, you know, where we got the internet and we could just look it up online, and 5 minutes later we know what to do. And that's what we found with the Open Class Challenge, and that's what we found with these rallies as well, trying to find the right lines through here, and you know, just making sure we're not going too fast, just being a bit cautious, as well as we've got a 6-second buffer, so we don't have to push too hard in this second stage. Just make sure we keep it nice and tidy. Over these bumps is a bit difficult though. You see, we may run into issues on this stage as well, as I think it's kind of inedible with a stage which is so bumpy, so difficult to control the truck on, as well. As you can see, going uphill there and then going over this jump, like, where are we going? Luckily we reset there, otherwise we would have ended up in the ocean. I'm not sure the chopper could retrieve us from there as you get past the buggies. But we got over a 5-second lead again ahead of Chet and Andy Shotwell, doing well at first. As you go down the inside of the trophy drop, there goes our sponsorship money as you go down this kind of a cliff face. These stages are pretty nicely designed though, even though they're a bit short, as I said, and not enough of them. As of course the rally takes part on Coconut Island, there's not many stages you can really take part in. It's not like the kind of desert where, you know, you could have like 7 or 8 stages set there. As we land on both rear wheels, now we need a chopper to repair us, as we've got under 8-second lead, and this is where we lose our time trying to chase down this chopper once again. Of course it wouldn't be a rally without us being annoyed at the chopper, as there goes the shocks and clutch, as you would expect. But the chopper is parked around the corner, so we get there quick enough, we can repair our rear wheels and we can get going again. As we've got a 5-second lead. No, we're losing seconds to our rivals. So here we go. There's a chopper. He buggers off. But he has repaired everything. So I he repaired it in those, was it couple of seconds? He was on the ground. He managed to repair my tyres, repair the shocks and clutch. And so we get going again. So we have lost some time. And unfortunately, with it being a very short stage, we won't make up that time. But we haven't lost too much time in the grand scheme of things. So because we had that 6-second lead, remember that buffer, which you kind of saves us. So we've just got a couple of corners to go in this rally, as in it to the inside of the buggy, in it to the outsiders. They've got a buggered wheel, and there we are down in 4th. As they got a buggered left rear. Now into the final corner. You can virtually take this flat out, going over 100 miles per hour. And we probably would have won this stage comfortably if we didn't have to wait for the chopper and didn't have those wheel issues. But it's, as I said, you kind of always expect that with that massive jump. As you finish in 3rd, set a new record. And of course win the rally by 5 seconds ahead of Chet, with Andy Shotwell in 3rd, rounding out the podium ahead of Hayden and Alan in 5th, and Davis Scoroni in 7th. We normally see him at the back, but he's in the midfield for the rallies. Down we've got Mark Poe, he's got Mike Jolson, then Scott McMillan, then Larry and Austin Jones at the back. So that's 1 gold trophy in the cabinet, as there's the racing truck. There's the Macbeth Brothers Racing, the Baldwin Motorsports truck as well. So lots of trucks added to our garage. But now we head to the BF Goodrich Open Class Challenge. The last gold trophy we've got to get around the Canyon Lake Foam and the Apache Challenge. Get 2 credits for this. We've got over 1 million of them anyway. We're a millionaire by the end of this career mode. But let's see how we do in our first attempt, as we do it in our KMC Wheels trophy truck. And you will see it's a good run. It's probably the maximum we could have done with this truck though, as this last challenge is a pain in the ass because you're doing 2 full laps from standstill. So you're basically just on doing a standing start while everyone else is up to speed. They just have things like 10, 15, maybe even 20 seconds in the lead, I think, even in 1st place. So you just got to push like a hell in this trophy truck and hopefully make up the time. Or do you push like a hell in this trophy truck? Because look at that massive air we get there. Tony Hawk would be happy with that, as we try and avoid the rocks here as well. So I was pushing like a hell with this, trophy truck. And I was wondering, why the heck am I not making up this gap to 1st? 1st always has this kind of 5 or 10 second lead at the end. And you'll see on this attempt, this is the closest I got before looking up online, because I was around 8 seconds in the lead. Seriously, it took me like 50 attempts. So it says Awful has the other Open Class Challenge. I think it was with the Land Rover that we did it with, as there goes the engine and clutch. It always happens at this kind of point of the 1st lap as well. So we've always got to pit in the middle, make sure we repair this trophy truck, and then that just loses us the time. And without pitting, if our truck was as good as it was at the start, we would have won this. But unfortunately, we damaged the truck. We always have to pit on this 2nd lap. So of course, as you can see, it's a bit of a bucking Bronco. And you saw us previously try with all the different suspension settings with this truck as well. Just nothing was working to make sure we'd win this challenge. So, of course, we looked it up online. We find it's got nothing to do with the truck. We just got to get a different truck. That is the issue. As there we go into the pits. You can see we just caught up that battle for 6th between Mark and Sean. But now we've lost around 10 seconds there. And that's... You see at the end, we had a less than a 10-second gap to 1st. Let's look at them all bunch up here as we go through that jump. Not as big as they're, not as impressive. Tony Hawk would not be happy with that, just like his recent video games, as everyone is just bunched up in front. You see that on this 2nd lap. On the 1st lap, just push like a hell, close that gap up, maybe pass 1 driver, maybe 2. Then on the 2nd lap, everyone closes up. That's actually what's meant to happen. And then you're meant to pass everyone on this 2nd lap. But you'll see the top 2 have just got away from everyone else. As here we are in 6th. We're pushing like a hell. Sean's pushing through as well, up to 5th as well. Where's 4th going? Steve Looney. We'll not see him again. As now we've got Matt Cullen in front as there goes to shocks and clutch again. And you see 3rd and 2nd are close together. But look at 1st. 1st is still going like a hell. You may be wondering, well, if everyone's meant to close up on this second lap, it's meant to be close, as we do get third. Unfortunately, second has got away a bit at the end. So let's restart. Let's look online. It's because you're actually meant to go a bit slow. You're not actually meant to go flat out. You're actually meant to slow down a bit. So I can't have a fully developed, fully, up-to-date truck. I need to buy a new one. The one that is got no upgrades on it. So we just go for a default truck. Let's go with a Jimco truck, shall we? Let's go with truck 2. Why not? Look at that paint scheme. With that paint scheme, we could win Grand Prix with this truck against F1 cars, not just these challenges. So there we go with our undeveloped trophy truck. So now we've got to go as fast as we can on the opening lap and on this second lap as well. But because this truck is inherently slower than that trophy truck we tried with previously, all of our opponents will slow down a bit more for us. So Rubber Bandit will come to the rescue for us on this attempt, as it did take me quite a few attempts with this trophy truck, as I still ran into rocks on quite a few occasions. It's what I do the best. Okay, that's what I did the best in this career mode as well, and I've really enjoyed this career mode. The opponents were a bit better than I expected. They still not the best, but they did allow for some battling, which is pretty cool. On occasion, I did get pissed off with them. There's no doubt you heard in a couple of episodes, but it does kind of depended on what kind of vehicle you're driving, So, with the faster vehicles, it was pretty nice, but if they did run into you by accident or make a mistake, that did mean there was a bigger, price to pay. You ran off a cliff or into a rock face, or you're flipping into space, compared to, of course, the slower kind of buggies or beetles compared to the slower vehicles. And I think I found them a bit better maybe with the slower vehicles overall, just because it's kind of easier to kind of maneuver around them and battle with them as well compared to the faster machines. And so overall though, our opponents are pretty nice to battle with and did pretty good to race against. And here is Rubber Banding coming to the rescue. You may see the front two blistering off into the distance. No, this attempt's not going to work, is it? So you got the pit as well, replace that engine and improve those shocks and clutch. But just look at what happens for the rest of the lap. You catch up to Jason Campbell, the former Raiders and Redskins quarterback. There's an American football reference for you. You don't expect you. Is it in America? Okay, I need to put an American football reference or American sports reference in here. So here we go. Try and Michael Jordan it, then get into Jason Campbell. This we're playing poorly for the Raiders in the end. And there's Ethan Batman in front, and we've got Ashton Alexander as well. We've got some fantastic names. That's another big, tick next to this game. Some of the fancy names. I know some of them are real as well, but damn good. These names. We've got John Marston in front, not to be confused with John Marston, his ancestor from the Red Dead Redemption games. As we've got Gabriel in front, and look at that. He's still thinking half a lap to go. There's still a bit of a gap. Surely you're not going to catch up. Just push like a hell with this truck though, and miracles will happen. And as I said, this is a big negative against this game though, is discovering that I had to do this by just going online. You've done this a decade ago, yeah, you would have discovered it, but it would have been taken a bit quicker. You just pit Bob King to the gold, and I think I did a lap around the whole village where I live for around half an hour after this, with my shirt off as well, running around just celebrating like mad, as we won by 23 hundredths of a second, just over 2 tenths ahead of Bob King. Gabriel on third, Mark fourth, John fifth, Ashton in sixth, Jason seventh, and Evan at the back. So we've got our final trophy. We've got a full cabinet, and so kind of summing up the game at the end. I have enjoyed what I definitely would recommend playing Baja Control HD, just because it's just kind of different. It's a racing game, having this kind of semi-sim kind of off-road experience. In some aspects it feels like it's simulated, some it doesn't, and handing it doesn't. But then you have the truck breaking down at the time, have to upgrade it, and the way it upgrades definitely feels kind of a bit realistic. It says to be a Goodrich Open Class Challenge Gold and I'll show you the stats at the end as well for this career. It doesn't include the invitation, which I did yesterday. Unfortunately, I recorded it after this, so I don't know if Invitation Gold Trophies 1 is now 100% as well. We've got 10. Look at all that symmetry down the side. 10 trophies, 10 vehicles owned, 100% vehicles are not, 100% these are not, 100% leagues raced, and lots of credits earned from sponsors, spent on vehicle upgrades, spent on vehicles, total miles driven just under 2,000 miles as well. But there you go, 61 league trophies won, 13 silver, 16 bronze, but 100% completion in just under 20 hours. I'm sure you can do it much quicker yourselves. So you got just under 60 XP. I'm not the best racer, you probably noticed from this channel, but definitely enjoyable. As I said, opponents can be enjoyable. I haven't tried online. I imagine not many people are playing this online now, but just a different experience as well, having this off-road racing, this desert race, in which I'm very much looking forward to, with Dakar as well coming out very soon. Dakar Ready 2018, and I can't wait to experience it. And that should be like 10,000 times more kind of enhanced and more kind of experience, I feel, in off-road racing. This is kind of, as I said, semi-sim experience, just good fun overall. That's what I would say. The graphics not the best, a bit dated still, even this HD remaster, but just a very fun career mode, definitely up there as one of my favourites to play. But I hope you enjoyed playing career mode in this game. I'll definitely miss it, but we still got the barges to try next time. So have for watching, I'll see you then.